What if I told you that everything you know about our world, its history, its geography, even its very foundation, might be incomplete? Beneath the ground you walk on could lie a vast, hidden network of tunnels and cities. Entire civilizations may have thrived here, untouched by time, their secrets buried deep in the Earth's crust. These aren't just fantasies or tales from fiction. These are accounts rooted in myths, folklore, and even whispers of modern encounters. Lemuria. The name itself evokes a sense of mystery, doesn't it? You've probably heard of Atlantis, the fabled city lost beneath the waves, but Lemuria is older, perhaps much older, and far more enigmatic. According to legend, when this ancient civilization faced destruction, its people didn't vanish. Instead, they adapted. They retreated underground, constructing sprawling subterranean metropolises lit by crystals, powered by energy systems that even today seem like science fiction. But is it really just a myth? Let's pause and ask ourselves, why do so many cultures, separated by geography, language, and millennia, share similar stories? The Hopi of North America speak of an ancient race that emerged from underground tunnels after a great cataclysm. In Hindu scriptures, there are references to vast underground cities called Patala. Polynesian legends recount sunken lands, and Tamil Nadu's folklore speaks of Kumari Kandam, a lost continent. Even Tibetan monks tell of a hidden world beneath the Himalayas, Agartha, a place of wisdom and advanced technology. Could all these stories be remnants of a shared, forgotten truth? Then there's Mount Shasta, a towering volcanic peak in California that seems almost otherworldly. It has long been regarded as a focal point for unexplained phenomena, glowing lights seen near its base, strange sounds echoing from deep within, and the accounts of encounters with tall, robed figures described as wise, serene, and not entirely human. These beings, some say, are the Lemurians. It's easy to dismiss these tales as fanciful exaggerations, but consider this. The sheer consistency of the accounts, the recurring motifs of underground cities and advanced technologies across so many different cultures. Could it be that the Earth itself holds memories of an ancient past, written in the language of myth? And then there's the science. In 1864, zoologist Philip Sclater proposed the existence of a lost landmass in the Indian Ocean to explain the curious distribution of lemur fossils. He called this hypothetical land Lemuria. While his theory was eventually discredited as plate tectonics emerged to explain continental drift, the idea of Lemuria took root. It transcended the realm of science and became something else entirely, a symbol, a cipher for a civilization that might have once existed and then disappeared. Now imagine this. Miles beneath us, hidden from view, are vast caverns where ancient knowledge and technology have been preserved. These subterranean cities are said to be self-sustaining, with ecosystems that mimic the surface world and energy sources that defy modern understanding. What if these cities still exist? What if the people of Lemuria didn't just survive but have continued to thrive in their underground refuge, their society untouched by the turmoil of the surface? But here's the most intriguing part. Why does mainstream science seem to sidestep these questions? Why are stories of Lemuria and subterranean cities relegated to the fringes of academia, labeled as pseudoscience or fantasy? Could there be a deeper reason? A fear of what such discoveries might reveal about the origins of humanity and the true extent of our planet's history? In this documentary, we'll go beyond the veil of skepticism and dive into the heart of the mystery. From ancient texts and oral traditions to archaeological discoveries and modern-day testimonies, we'll piece together a puzzle that has fascinated humanity for generations. By the time we're done, you may find yourself questioning not just the ground beneath your feet, but the very fabric of history as we know it. Could there be entire chapters of the human story that we've yet to uncover? And more importantly, what else might we find if we dared to look deeper? The answers could be more extraordinary than we've ever imagined. But one thing is certain, the search for Lemuria and its subterranean cities will challenge everything you think you know about our world. The story of Lemuria begins not in myth, but in science, or at least in a theory that sought to solve a perplexing problem. In 1864, Philip Sclater, a respected British zoologist, noticed something curious. Lemur fossils were found in Madagascar in India, but not in Africa or the Middle East. How could this be? Sclater proposed a daring explanation. He hypothesized the existence of a massive, now sunken landmass in the Indian Ocean that once connected these regions. He named this lost land Lemuria. Although Sclater's theory was later overshadowed by the advent of plate tectonics, which offered a more comprehensive explanation for the movement of continents, the name Lemuria took on a life of its own. It leaped from the pages of scientific journals into the realms of esoteric thought and spiritual exploration. Lemuria, once a dry hypothesis, became something far more captivating, a symbol of a lost world, an advanced civilization, and a forgotten chapter in human history. But how did this scientific theory evolve into one of the greatest mysteries of all time? For that, we turn to the late 19th century and the rise of theosophy, a spiritual movement that sought to blend ancient wisdom with modern mysticism. Helena Blavatsky, a prominent theosophist and author of The Secret Doctrine, transformed Lemuria into something extraordinary. In her writings, Lemurians were described as towering beings with highly developed spiritual abilities, capable of telepathy and deep communion with the Earth's energies. Blavatsky claimed that these beings were the ancestors of humanity, living in harmony with nature before their civilization was lost. Theosophy's influence on the legend of Lemuria cannot be overstated. It wasn't just a lost land, it was a utopia, a place of unparalleled wisdom and enlightenment. And when Lemuria's physical existence was threatened by catastrophic events, its people, according to Blavatsky and her followers, sought refuge underground. There they constructed vast cities, using their advanced knowledge to thrive in isolation. But was this purely a product of imagination, or was Blavatsky tapping into something deeper, something rooted in ancient memory? Consider the global parallels. In Polynesian myths, we hear of Hawaii, a homeland said to have sunk beneath the ocean. Tamil legends from southern India speak of Kumari Kandam, a vast landmass swallowed by the sea. These stories share remarkable similarities with the Lemurian narrative, suggesting a shared cultural memory of cataclysmic events that wiped out advanced civilizations. Even Plato's account of Atlantis echoes this theme, a highly advanced society destroyed in a single day and night, its knowledge and power lost to the depths. Is it possible that Lemuria and Atlantis are two sides of the same coin? Could these legends point to a forgotten era when humanity reached heights we can scarcely imagine today? But the mysteries of Lemuria go beyond myths and legends. Over the years, researchers and explorers have uncovered tantalizing hints that suggest we might not be dealing with mere stories. In the Pacific and Indian Oceans, there are reports of submerged structures that defy explanation. Nan Madol, an ancient city in Micronesia built on a coral reef, is often cited as evidence of advanced engineering capabilities that don't fit into conventional timelines. And then there are the maps, ancient charts that depict landmasses where none exist today. How could these maps, created centuries before modern cartography, include such detailed depictions of a world we can't see? As we delve deeper into the story of Lemuria, a picture begins to emerge. It is a picture of a civilization that may have been far more advanced than we give ancient peoples credit for. A civilization that, when faced with extinction, might have chosen a path we can barely comprehend: seclusion, survival, and silence beneath the earth. So who were the Lemurians? Were they our ancestors, reaching heights of spiritual and technological achievement before their downfall? Were they simply the products of overactive imaginations, fueled by a desire for a golden age that never was? Or is the truth something far stranger? As we continue this journey, we'll explore the legends of their subterranean cities, the evidence of their existence, and the persistent mysteries that keep Lemuria alive in our collective consciousness. Because one thing is clear, the story of Lemuria refuses to fade into obscurity. It calls to us, asking us to look closer, dig deeper, and question everything we thought we knew. If the surface world of Lemuria was a marvel of spiritual and technological advancement, its alleged subterranean cities are nothing short of extraordinary. These underground realms, according to legend, are not just refuges but thriving civilizations, self-contained worlds built to withstand the test of time and isolation. One of the most compelling connections to these subterranean cities lies at the heart of Mount Shasta in Northern California. Towering over the landscape, Mount Shasta is a place of breathtaking beauty and undeniable mystique. But what truly sets it apart are the countless stories of unexplained phenomena that have surrounded it for centuries. Local Native American tribes have long revered the mountain as a sacred site. Their oral traditions speak of powerful beings who live within it, guarding ancient knowledge. In modern times, these stories have taken on a new dimension. Visitors to Mount Shasta have reported seeing glowing lights emanating from its slopes, hearing strange humming noises, and most intriguingly, encountering mysterious robed figures. These figures are often described as tall, graceful, and otherworldly, radiating an aura of peace and wisdom. Could these beings be Lemurians, still inhabiting the underground cities they built millennia ago? Or are they something even stranger, connected to forces and civilizations beyond our comprehension? Mount Shasta is far from the only place where such legends persist. Across the world, stories of hidden subterranean realms abound. In Tibetan Buddhism, there are accounts of a kingdom called Agartha, said to lie deep beneath the Himalayas. Agartha is described as a place of immense spiritual and technological sophistication, its people living in harmony with the universe's energies. Similarly, the Indian epics, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, make references to Patala, an expansive underground realm inhabited by beings of great power and wisdom. These texts describe glowing cities and advanced technologies that seem eerily similar to the accounts of Lemurian underground metropolises. In South America, explorers and locals alike tell of mysterious tunnels and caverns stretching beneath the Andes Mountains. Some believe these are remnants of an ancient network connecting long-lost cities. Acacor, an alleged subterranean city, is one such example, a place that has captivated researchers with tales of advanced engineering and enigmatic artifacts. But what would such subterranean cities look like? And how could they function in the depths of the earth? According to accounts, these cities are marvels of engineering and sustainability. They are said to be illuminated by crystals that harness natural energies, casting a soft, otherworldly glow over vast chambers. Advanced systems of irrigation and ventilation provide fresh air and water, creating self-sustaining ecosystems capable of supporting entire populations. More intriguingly, the legends suggest that the Lemurians, or whoever built these cities, possessed technologies far beyond anything we can imagine today. Vibrational energy, anti-gravity mechanisms, and other forms of power that blur the lines between science and magic are often cited as the tools that made these underground worlds possible. Skeptics, of course, are quick to dismiss such stories as fantasies or fabrications. They argue that the sheer logistics of constructing such cities would be impossible, especially for ancient civilizations. But consider this. We already know of real-world examples that hint at such capabilities. Take Derinkuyu in Turkey, for example. This ancient underground city, carved into the soft volcanic rock of Cappadocia, descends multiple levels into the earth. It was built to house thousands of people, complete with ventilation shafts, storage areas, and communal spaces. While Derinkuyu may not match the grandeur of the Lemurian cities described in legend, it proves that ancient humans were capable of extraordinary feats of engineering. Then there are the tunnels, enigmatic, unexplored, and sometimes seemingly endless. In Ecuador, the Cueva de los Tallos is a vast cave system that has inspired theories of ancient civilizations. Similarly, mysterious networks of tunnels have been reported in Europe and South America, often in places associated with ancient myths and ruins. Could these tunnels be remnants of a larger, interconnected network, hinting at an underground world that once existed, or still does? And here's where things take an even stranger turn. Many of these sites are said to exhibit unusual phenomena. Compasses malfunction, electronic equipment behaves erratically, and visitors report an overwhelming sense of energy, as if they've stepped into a place where the normal rules of physics no longer apply. Could this be evidence of advanced technology left behind by the Lemurians? Or perhaps a sign that these subterranean cities are still active, their inhabitants shielded by layers of secrecy and legend? As we continue, we'll examine the physical and historical evidence for these underground structures. From archaeological finds to modern exploration, we'll uncover clues that suggest these legends might be more than just stories. After all, myths often contain kernels of truth, and in the case of Lemuria, those kernels could reshape our understanding of the world. As we journey deeper into the mysteries of Lemuria, the line between myth and reality begins to blur. While skeptics might dismiss these tales as mere fantasy, a surprising amount of evidence hints at the possibility of advanced underground structures, both ancient and enigmatic. Could these remnants be the key to unlocking the truth about Lemuria and its subterranean cities? One of the most compelling pieces of evidence lies in Derinkuyu, the ancient underground city in Turkey. Discovered in the 1960s, this sprawling network of tunnels and chambers descends over 200 feet beneath the Earth's surface. It was designed to house tens of thousands of people, complete with kitchens, stables, schools, and even a ventilation system that still functions today. The sheer scale and sophistication of Derinkuyu boggle the mind. How could such a feat have been accomplished without modern technology? But Derinkuyu isn't unique. Across the globe, similar underground structures have been discovered, each adding another layer of intrigue to the Lemurian narrative. In South America, vast tunnel systems beneath the Andes have sparked theories of ancient civilizations. The Tayos caves in Ecuador, for example, have yielded strange artifacts, including metallic books and sculptures, that seem out of place in the known historical record. Then there's Nan Madol, an ancient city off the coast of Micronesia. Built on a series of artificial islets, it's often referred to as the Venice of the Pacific. Nan Madol's towering basalt structures are a testament to advanced engineering, yet their origins remain shrouded in mystery. Some researchers believe it could be a surviving fragment of Lemurian civilization, or at the very least, evidence of a lost culture with capabilities far beyond its time. Even beneath the oceans, clues to Lemuria's existence seem to emerge. Off the coast of Japan lies Yonaguni, a massive underwater formation that resembles an ancient city. While debate rages over whether Yonaguni is a natural formation or a man-made structure, its precise geometric features raise tantalizing questions. Could it be a submerged remnant of Lemuria, or a similar lost civilization? Modern science, too, offers tantalizing hints. Advances in satellite imaging have revealed grid-like patterns on the ocean floor, structures that appear eerily artificial. Seismic studies have uncovered anomalies beneath the Earth's surface, vast hollow spaces that defy natural explanation. These findings are often dismissed as quirks of geology, but could they be the remnants of ancient underground cities? Ancient texts also provide intriguing support for the existence of subterranean worlds. The Vedic scriptures of India describe vast underground realms where beings of great wisdom and power reside. The Mahabharata even details glowing cities beneath the surface, powered by energy sources that remain a mystery to us. Similarly, the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, speaks of hidden chambers within the earth, guarded by powerful entities. Perhaps the most compelling modern evidence comes from the explorers and researchers who have ventured into the unknown. Reports of unusual phenomena abound: strange sounds, glowing lights, and even unexplained disappearances in regions associated with subterranean legends. Near Mount Shasta, electromagnetic anomalies have been recorded, alongside sightings of strange craft emerging from the mountain. Is it possible these phenomena are connected to the Lemurian underground cities? Then there's the question of technology. Many accounts of Lemurian cities describe them as being powered by advanced systems that harness the Earth's natural energies. Crystals, often central to these stories, are said to play a crucial role. Some theories suggest these crystals acted as energy conduits, storing and amplifying vibrational frequencies to power entire cities. While mainstream science dismisses such ideas as pseudoscience, the study of piezoelectric crystals reveals they can generate electrical energy under pressure. Could ancient civilizations have understood and utilized this principle in ways we have yet to rediscover? Other stories hint at even more advanced technologies: anti-gravity mechanisms used to construct massive underground chambers, systems capable of creating self-sustaining ecosystems, and even devices for healing and spiritual enhancement. These technologies, if they existed, would not only have enabled the Lemurians to survive underground, but to thrive in ways that challenge our understanding of human potential. Skeptics argue that no direct evidence of such advanced technology has ever been found. But history offers cautionary tales about dismissing the capabilities of ancient civilizations. The Great Pyramids, Machu Picchu, and the Nazca Lines were once considered impossible feats, yet today we acknowledge their genius. Could Lemuria's underground cities be the next revelation? As we piece together these fragments of evidence, archaeological discoveries, ancient texts, modern anomalies, a pattern begins to emerge. It's a pattern that suggests the Earth might hold far more secrets than we've ever dared to imagine. Let's explore the scientific possibilities and the skepticism that surrounds these theories. How feasible is the idea of massive underground cities, and what might explain the persistence of these legends across time and cultures? Could science one day uncover the truth, or will the story of Lemuria remain an unsolved mystery? To fully grasp the idea of Lemurian subterranean cities, we must ask a pivotal question: could such underground marvels truly exist? While the legends are captivating, the scientific lens demands a closer examination. Are there geological, technological, or cultural factors that could support or challenge the feasibility of these hidden realms? Let's start with geology. The Earth's crust, on average, is about 30 kilometers thick beneath continents. It's a dynamic, ever-shifting structure of rock, magma, and immense pressure. The notion of vast, hollow chambers beneath the surface might seem improbable at first glance, yet nature offers compelling counterexamples. Take lava tubes, for instance, natural conduits formed during volcanic eruptions. These tunnels can stretch for miles, creating expansive underground networks capable of sheltering life. Some, like those in Hawaii or Iceland, are large enough to walk through. Could ancient civilizations have used similar formations as the foundation for their subterranean cities, modifying and expanding them with advanced tools? Another possibility lies in tectonic activity. Subduction zones, where one tectonic plate slides beneath another, create immense geological complexity, including the potential for voids and caverns. Seismic studies occasionally detect anomalies deep within the Earth, such as unexplained hollow spaces or regions that resonate differently from their surroundings. While often dismissed as quirks of nature, could these anomalies be remnants of forgotten structures? Then there's the question of how ancient civilizations might have overcome the challenges of living underground: ventilation, water, food, and energy. Here, the legends of Lemuria become fascinating. They describe cities illuminated by glowing crystals, capable of producing light and energy without combustion. While modern science has yet to replicate such feats on a large scale, piezoelectricity, the ability of certain crystals to generate an electrical charge under pressure, offers a tantalizing clue. Even the concept of self-sustaining ecosystems underground isn't as far-fetched as it might seem. In recent decades, researchers have discovered thriving microbial and fungal colonies deep beneath the Earth's surface, surviving without sunlight. Could ancient engineers have designed artificial systems to support higher forms of life? Hydroponics, geothermal energy, and advanced water recycling systems are well within the realm of possibility, even with today's technology. But if such cities existed, or still exist, why haven't we found definitive evidence? Here, skeptics point to the lack of direct, irrefutable proof. No Lemurian artifacts have been conclusively linked to subterranean realms, and many supposed sightings of Lemurians or underground cities rely on anecdotal accounts rather than verifiable data. Skepticism also surrounds the extraordinary claims about Lemurian technology. The idea of anti-gravity devices or energy crystals often veers into the territory of pseudoscience, with little support from mainstream physics. Critics argue that such concepts, while imaginative, lack the empirical foundation needed for serious consideration. However, history reminds us that skepticism isn't infallible. Many groundbreaking discoveries were once dismissed as absurd. Continental drift, for example, was ridiculed when Alfred Wegener first proposed it in 1912, yet today it's a cornerstone of geology. Similarly, the discovery of the ancient city of Troy, long thought to be a mere legend, proved that myths can sometimes reflect reality. There's also the human factor to consider. Throughout history, our ancestors have shown remarkable ingenuity, often achieving feats that defy modern assumptions about their capabilities. From the Great Pyramid of Giza to the megalithic structures of Stonehenge, ancient engineering continues to astound us. Could Lemuria's subterranean cities be another testament to this ingenuity, one we've yet to uncover? Finally, we must confront the reluctance of mainstream science to engage with such theories. This hesitation is often justified. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. But it's worth questioning whether this skepticism sometimes veers into outright dismissal, closing the door on avenues of exploration that might yield incredible discoveries. What if, instead of viewing these legends as fanciful tales, we approach them as fragments of memory, distorted but not without merit? What might we learn if we dared to investigate the anomalies beneath the Earth's surface, the unexplained structures, and the persistent stories that have endured across cultures and millennia? As we move forward, we'll explore how modern encounters keep the legend of Lemuria alive. From alleged government studies to personal testimonies of contact with Lemurians, the narrative grows ever more complex, and perhaps ever closer to the truth. Despite the skepticism surrounding Lemuria and its subterranean cities, the legend refuses to fade. Instead, it continues to evolve, finding new life in modern encounters, conspiracy theories, and spiritual movements. Could these contemporary accounts provide fresh insights, or even evidence, into this enduring mystery? Let's begin with Mount Shasta, often described as the spiritual epicenter of Lemurian lore. For decades, this towering peak has attracted mystics, adventurers, and curious seekers, all drawn by reports of unusual phenomena. Some claim to have seen mysterious robed figures descending from the mountain at twilight, their features serene and otherworldly. Others describe encounters with beings who speak telepathically, imparting messages of wisdom and unity. Perhaps most intriguing are the personal testimonies of those who say they've been guided into hidden caves and tunnels within Mount Shasta. These individuals often recount seeing glowing chambers, crystalline structures, and even entire underground cities. While skeptics dismiss such stories as hallucinations or hoaxes, those who've experienced them insist they're real and transformative. But the mystery doesn't end there. Conspiracy theories suggest that governments and military organizations may be secretly studying subterranean phenomena, including Lemurian cities. According to some, Mount Shasta and other sites linked to underground legends are under constant surveillance. Whistleblowers have alleged the existence of classified projects exploring deep Earth anomalies, advanced technologies, and even potential non-human intelligences. While such claims remain unverified, they spark an important question. What if governments know more about the Earth's hidden mysteries than they're willing to admit? The idea of underground bases and secret research programs isn't entirely implausible. After all, military installations like NORAD's Cheyenne Mountain Complex are already built deep within the Earth. Could these facilities have been inspired by, or even connected to, ancient subterranean cities? The influence of Lemurian legends also extends into the realm of spirituality. In New Age circles, Lemuria is often invoked as a symbol of harmony, enlightenment, and deep connection with nature. Spiritual practitioners claim to channel messages from Lemurians, describing them as highly evolved beings who wish to guide humanity toward a more balanced and sustainable existence. Crystal healing, meditation practices, and energy work are frequently linked to the alleged wisdom of Lemuria. Critics argue that these spiritual movements are merely modern reinterpretations of ancient myths, fueled by wishful thinking and commercial interests. Yet, the sheer persistence and popularity of these beliefs suggests they fulfill a deeper need, a yearning for a lost golden age, and a connection to something greater than ourselves. The implications of Lemurian theories go beyond spirituality and conspiracy. If even a fraction of these legends were proven true, it would revolutionize our understanding of human history and potential. Imagine uncovering a subterranean city filled with artifacts, technologies, and writings from an ancient civilization. Such a discovery would challenge the established timeline of human development, forcing us to reconsider our origins and capabilities. Even more transformative would be the rediscovery of Lemurian knowledge. Advanced energy systems, sustainable living practices, and spiritual wisdom could provide solutions to many of the challenges we face today. What if the secrets to harnessing clean, limitless energy or creating self-sustaining ecosystems lie buried in these hidden cities? Of course, such discoveries would also raise ethical and philosophical questions. Who owns this knowledge? How should it be used? And what responsibility do we have to preserve the legacy of an ancient civilization, rather than exploiting it for profit or power? It is clear that the story of Lemuria isn't just a tale of the past. It's a narrative that resonates deeply with the present. Whether you view it as history, myth, or metaphor, Lemuria challenges us to look beneath the surface, literally and figuratively, and explore the unknown. While the mystery remains captivating, it's crucial to examine the other side of the story. What do mainstream scientists, historians, and psychologists say about the enduring allure of Lemuria and subterranean cities? As tantalizing as the legends of Lemuria and subterranean cities may be, the absence of concrete evidence demands a critical look at the counterarguments. Skeptics, historians, and scientists alike have long challenged these narratives, raising questions about their origins, plausibility, and enduring allure. Could these stories simply be the result of misinterpretations, cognitive biases, or a deeply human need for mystery? One of the most common criticisms is the lack of direct, verifiable evidence for Lemuria. Despite the vast number of legends, personal testimonies, and speculative theories, no definitive archaeological site, artifact, or geological feature has been conclusively tied to the existence of Lemuria or its alleged subterranean cities. The geological challenges alone are daunting. Critics argue that the Earth's crust, with its immense pressure, heat, and instability, makes the existence of large hollow chambers highly improbable. While natural formations like lava tubes and caverns do exist, their scale and conditions are far from the idealized subterranean metropolises described in Lemurian lore. Geologists often attribute reported anomalies, such as seismic voids or unusual formations, to natural processes rather than evidence of hidden civilizations. From a historical perspective, the origins of Lemuria are also a point of contention. Philip Sclater's 19th-century theory of a lost landmass was not based on ancient legends, but rather an attempt to explain the distribution of lemur fossils. When plate tectonics emerged as a scientific theory, it rendered Sclater's hypothesis obsolete. Skeptics argue that Lemuria's transformation from a scientific conjecture to a mystical civilization was largely a product of theosophy and other esoteric movements, not historical fact. The spiritual interpretations of Lemuria further complicate its credibility. While practices like crystal healing and energy work resonate deeply with many, they lack empirical support. Critics often label these movements as pseudoscience, pointing out that their claims cannot be tested or verified. They argue that such beliefs, while personally meaningful, should not be conflated with historical or scientific evidence. Psychology offers another lens through which to view the enduring allure of Lemuria. Myths of lost civilizations often reflect a deep-seated human desire to believe in a golden age, a time when humanity was more advanced, enlightened, or harmonious. This yearning for a utopian past can make us more susceptible to accepting fantastical narratives, even in the absence of evidence. Cognitive biases, too, play a significant role. The confirmation bias, for instance, can lead us to seek out information that supports what we already believe while ignoring evidence to the contrary. This can explain why individuals who are predisposed to believe in Lemuria might interpret ambiguous phenomena, like glowing lights or strange noises, as proof of its existence. Eyewitness testimonies, often cited as evidence of Lemurian encounters, are notoriously unreliable. Memories are malleable, and our perceptions can be influenced by suggestion, cultural narratives, or even our own expectations. For example, someone visiting Mount Shasta after hearing about Lemurian legends might be more likely to interpret natural phenomena or chance encounters in ways that align with those stories. However, the skeptic's case is not without its flaws. History is rife with examples of theories and discoveries that were initially dismissed, only to be proven true later. The discovery of Troy, once thought to be a purely mythical city, is a testament to the idea that legends can sometimes point to real places and events. Moreover, the dismissal of subterranean legends as mere fantasy ignores the possibility that they might contain kernels of truth. Across cultures, myths often serve as a way of preserving collective memory, even if the details become distorted over time. Could the stories of Lemuria and its underground cities be echoes of real events? Perhaps the survival of a civilization that adapted to cataclysmic change in ways we have yet to understand? Finally, skeptics sometimes underestimate the value of curiosity and open-mindedness. While extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, that doesn't mean such claims should be dismissed outright. Exploration and investigation have always been driven by the willingness to entertain ideas that, at first glance, seem improbable. As we bring this section to a close, it's clear that the story of Lemuria exists at the intersection of myth, science, and imagination. Whether you view it as a fascinating legend or a tantalizing mystery waiting to be solved, it challenges us to think critically about the nature of evidence, the power of belief, and the stories we tell about our past. Let's reflect on the journey we've taken, from the myths of Lemuria to the scientific debates, and explore what this enduring mystery reveals about us as a species. Could the search for Lemuria be about more than uncovering a lost civilization? Could it also be a search for something within ourselves? As we reach the end of our journey through the mysteries of Lemuria and its alleged subterranean cities, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The legend of Lemuria is more than just a story about a lost civilization. It is a mirror reflecting our deepest hopes, fears, and questions about who we are and where we come from. We've explored the origins of the Lemurian myth, from its beginnings as a scientific hypothesis to its evolution into a powerful symbol of spiritual enlightenment and forgotten wisdom. We've delved into the tantalizing clues, archaeological anomalies, geological puzzles, and persistent cultural narratives that keep this legend alive. And we've examined the counter-arguments, the skepticism, and the psychological underpinnings that challenge us to think critically about these extraordinary claims. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Lemuria is not whether it existed, but why its story persists. Why are we so drawn to tales of lost worlds and hidden knowledge? What does our fascination with Lemuria reveal about our collective psyche? One possibility is that Lemuria taps into a universal yearning, a desire to believe that humanity is capable of greatness, even in the face of destruction. The idea of a civilization so advanced that it could retreat underground and thrive speaks to our own aspirations for resilience, ingenuity, and connection to the natural world. Another possibility is that Lemuria represents a longing for balance. In an age marked by technological advancement and ecological crisis, the Lemurians' alleged harmony with nature and their advanced yet sustainable technologies offer a vision of what we might strive to achieve. And then there's the question of curiosity. The search for Lemuria embodies humanity's relentless drive to explore the unknown, to dig deeper, both literally and figuratively, in pursuit of answers. Even if Lemuria remains a myth, the act of searching for it has value. It reminds us to question assumptions, embrace wonder, and keep our minds open to the possibilities that lie beyond our current understanding. But what if Lemuria is more than a myth? What if, buried beneath the Earth's surface, there truly are remnants of a forgotten civilization? What if the stories of glowing cities, advanced technologies, and wise beings are echoes of a history we have yet to uncover? If such a discovery were made, it would not just rewrite history books. It would redefine our place in the universe. It would challenge everything we thought we knew about human potential, the nature of life, and the possibilities that lie hidden within our world. And even if we never find physical evidence of Lemuria, its legacy continues to inspire. It invites us to imagine what might be possible, to explore the boundaries of knowledge, and to question the stories we've been told about the past. So as we close this chapter, we leave you with these questions. Could there be a forgotten chapter of human history buried beneath our feet, waiting to be discovered? What if Lemuria's underground cities are not just relics of the past, but blueprints for the future? And most importantly, what do these stories of lost civilizations and hidden realms tell us about ourselves? Perhaps the greatest mystery of all is not whether Lemuria existed, but why its story continues to captivate us. What does this enduring legend reveal about our hopes, our fears, and our endless quest for meaning? The search for Lemuria may never yield definitive answers, but in the end, perhaps that's not the point. The journey itself, the questions we ask, the possibilities we entertain, and the truths we uncover along the way is its own reward. And who knows? Perhaps the next chapter in this mystery is waiting to be written by you.